Hey everyone, this is Oscar from Underdog, and today I'm crazy excited to make a big announcement. Today I'm launching and making public the biggest project I've ever worked on, which I call the Foundations of Electronic Music. And it's an electronic music course to bring you from absolute beginner all the way through to intermediate level producer. It's a massive, well-structured, pre-recorded video course that you can buy now on courses.underdog.brussels. And over the course of several weeks, I'm going to guide you through, assuming zero pre-existing knowledge, I'm going to guide you through the basic technical tools, the software tools, but mostly the musical concepts that you're going to need to start finishing your own electronic music productions. You see, from my point of view, music education has a big issue. If you go through classical music education, you go study in a school. There's a curriculum. There are music theory courses. There's a way of studying it for several years in a structured context. However, most electronic musicians start their education by downloading the music software, and then they have to go out into the wild jungle of the internet to try to find educational resources. However, almost all content is structured in a pretty random and unstructured way. Even on my own channel, one week I'm talking about arrangement, the next week I'm talking about sound design, and who knows if this information is appropriate for you and for your skill level and your needs. That's why you need structure. That's why learning needs to happen in a structured way where concepts are introduced one by one, allow them to build on top of each other, and make sure that you have a pretty complete perspective so that then you can build further on that. And that's what this course is, the Foundations of Electronic Music. For a long time, I've been teaching a real-life course called the Bootcamp, in which I guide absolute beginners through 12 live classes, basically through the same material. And so this is a pre-recorded version of that so that I can reach way more people. My dream, in a way, is to establish a global, high-quality curriculum for electronic music, so that if you complete this curriculum, you have all the skills that you need to start expressing yourself competently as an electronic music producer. So what's this course actually about? Well, let's have a look. I've split the content into two major categories. One is the core curriculum and one is the intermediate curriculum. The idea is that you start with the core curriculum. This is a loop of content where you start at the absolute beginning and at the end you finish your first productions. This core curriculum, I anticipate that with a bit of practice in between videos, you might take about 5 weeks to get through it. Then, if you have time, energy, or at the end you want to go deeper, there are many videos included that are optional or intermediate level, where you can go deeper into various subjects and start to understand a little bit more how it all fits together. By the end of all of this content, you will have seen in a kind of a shallow way everything to do with electronic music production. And that's going to mean that you then have the vocabulary to go out into the world and do your own research to go deeper on any subject that interests you the most. I'm the one who teaches every single video, so it's all me. That can be either a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what you think of my teaching style. But overall, I've got a lot of good feedback on what I do on the YouTube channel. So if you like the way I teach on the YouTube channel, that's exactly what you're going to get for this course as well. In the core curriculum, we look at all the essential skills to navigate your DAW. In this case, I teach with Ableton Live, but these concepts are pretty universal. And we learn all the software skills in the context of programming percussion, drum programming. We do so in audio with a sample pack included in the course, and we do so also in MIDI. Then the second big chunk is music theory concepts. That's harmony theory, but also rhythm theory, because the secret to making music that's emotionally impactful is not really secret and it's not really rocket science. All you have to do is understand a few basic principles and then your compositions are going to make so much more sense. So we do harmony and we do rhythm theory in this section. In the harmony section, there's also a MIDI chord pack included in the course that you can download to get a head start in composing your music if you don't have the habit of playing an actual instrument. Then the third section is about programming musical instruments or musical voices with intent. That means how to compose bass lines, pads, leads, and effects using what we've seen in the theory section, but then applying it in practice to make a composition that suits your taste. Inside there, we also see the basis of synthesis. So you'll learn to customize sounds to fit into your composition and also to make sounds larger and smaller so that you can create energy, tension, and release in your musical compositions. Then the fourth section is almost like audio engineering. It's actually called the mixdown. And so we learn the basic concept of balancing your sounds compared to each other, placing them intentionally inside of a three-dimensional space, what tools you need to do that, and how to maintain objectivity while doing that. And then the fifth and final section of the core curriculum is about arrangement. So far, all of this has been done inside of an 8-bar loop, and then we bring that 8-bar loop out into a full arrangement, and we work on tension and release, breaks and climaxes. And at the end of this chapter, you'll be ready to export your song, and then we'll say, congratulations, you are now an electronic music composer. As I mentioned, inside of this course, there's included a sample pack, a MIDI chord pack, and also 4 printable posters like infographics that you can print out and hang up on your wall as reference so that you have the content of the course within arm's reach at all times, a list of keyboard shortcuts. Basically, I want you to never feel overwhelmed during this course. I want all of these concepts to be available to you when you need them. In terms of tools, this course is formulated using Ableton Live 11 as a tool, but I consider this like an art class, not a software class. It's the difference between a Photoshop course versus a graphic design course. We teach you the principles to make effective art and to express yourself emotionally. The tools are just a means to an end. So this course does not show you everything that Ableton Live can do, but it focuses on the musical concepts that you can also apply in your own DAW. Every chapter has a discussion page as well, where you can ask questions if you are confused or if something's unclear, or if you're trying to apply it in a different DAW, we can help you in the comment section there. Based on these discussion pages, I can also improve the course, create new videos, upgrade it in various ways over the coming months. At various points, there are also some quizzes involved just to check that you have understood everything. And then after the core curriculum, there's also the intermediate topics where we discuss various things like advanced drum programming, using third-party plugins and synthesizers, using external hardware. We do a number of critical listening exercises where we listen to songs together and then analyze what we hear and put words to everything that we hear. The critical listening is in 4 different genres. So one is house, one is techno, one is electronica, and one is pop music. We talk about things like compressors and dynamic range, and we also talk about studio setup and what kind of gear is essential. If you know somebody who's considering taking their first steps in electronic music, this course, I would argue, is perfect for them. It is made for them. So make sure to share this with people that you think would be interested. And if you know a beginning music producer who needs a good Christmas present, remember, this is not just a tutorial, this is a music education. It is structured, it's hopefully quite complete, and you are guaranteed to feel the upgrade from this by the end of it. During the course, you can also come to our Discord channel, which is like a chat room where you can share your works in progress, get feedback from others, and give feedback to others. So what you're doing is you're stepping into a community of music producers who are trying to build each other up and create something together. I feel like I could talk about this for hours, but I'll spare you from that. Go check out courses.underdog.brussels and have a look at the course. Make up your mind if it's something for you. And over the coming weeks, I'm going to be temporarily posting some of the content here on the YouTube channel as some free teasers. I'm going to keep doing my free weekly YouTube content, but all these little bits of random knowledge need to fit into a bigger structure. And if you don't have a structure in your mind yet, that's what the course is for. Anyway, thank you all 110,000 times for the support that I've gotten over the past year. I hope this course can serve as a way of giving back to you all in the most complete way that I know how. As usual, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. My name was Oscar, and in the meantime, be good to one another, stay producing, and take care. Bye-bye.